You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.
What were you going to say? Right as I started, you looked at me.
First of all, hello,
and you
everybody.
looked at my stomach, and then you smiled.
No, I looked at your Bohemian ring. Bronny's going through a new phase.
It's not Bohemian. Why is wearing a ring Bohemian?
Now that Bronny's like
I'm Italian.
quasi-unemployed, you look at him with the ring on the finger.
I'm Italian.
It's the ring. It's on the finger here.
Where else should a ring be? My cock?
Okay, that's just
You
wrong.
said it. Guys, the ring's on his
goes
finger.
on this, not on this finger.
It doesn't go No, that's for when you're married.
Not if you were on the right hand.
No.
Yes.
No, it looks, for those at home, this is a good combo.
It looks okay. It's just very...
I bought a ring when I was in Florence. You're wearing a ring.
I'm married.
Yeah.
Now that's a
Sucks
cock
to suck.
ring. I'm teasing God. Okay. Ooh, nice on the first try.
So that's what you're going to say, my ring. You were going to comment
What do you think
on.
I was going to talk
I thought you were going to comment on like my stomach or something.
No, I think you look good.
Okay. I worked out this morning and yesterday.
How was the gym there?
Oh, it's good.
Is it good?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a normal gym. It's fine.
Oh, I saw it through the window. Any people working out there?
Yeah, yes.
Any good-looking people?
I don't understand.
Women I'm narrowing it down to?
There were like 5 people in the place. There were 2 women. But I don't understand. I purposefully chose to go to the gym because I was like, oh, I don't have a job during the day now. I might as well go to the gym at like 3 p.m. when no one else will be at the gym. So I went on Friday at 3 p.m. and there were a bunch of people there.
Okay, so
what are all those other people doing?
So 2 things.
Maybe they all don't have jobs.
Friday afternoon, some people might leave work early.
Yeah.
Some people work from home now.
Right, that's true.
And a lot of people don't want to work.
Yeah.
Who
knows what people's stories are? Because they could have been thinking the same thing and looked at me like, wow, what's he doing? And it's like,
correct.
Hey,
They're like, look at that
job.
Look at that bohemian guy.
Bohemian?
Yeah,
Is
that
what
too.
But wearing a ring is not bohemian. That's like from the 70s, bohemian.
It's okay, no worries. It's all good.
I was going to say something. Oh, fun fact. You were just talking about polar bears.
Yes.
And I just want to lend this fun fact because I don't think a lot of people know it. You know, polar bears are only in the Arctic. They're not in the Antarctic.
What's the difference besides this way you pronounce it and spelling?
Antarctica is the South Pole. It's the bottom of the Earth. And the Arctic is the top of the Earth. It's the North Pole.
Very cool.
And the reason why...
Where Santa is?
Yep.
And Northern Lights are there too, though.
Northern Lights, right? They're in the north. And the reason why they're called Arctic means of bears in like Latin, and Antarctic means no bears.
Okay.
So those land masses.
Is there something you don't know?
Well, I always loved
get
that.
out
I always
more.
loved that idea.
So what is is it cold in the Antarctic?
Antarctica is
freezing. It's the tundra.
Yes, Antarctica is
But
the
there's
continent.
No bears.
There are no
there?
bears. The name literally means no bears.
So why are there no bears there?
That it's just bears.
Is there
did not
any
settle there.
any life?
Barely.
No pun intended.
Barely.
Nice.
Hey.
Nice. Okay, so
But
Bonnie,
polar bears only exist in the Arctic. A lot of people think they're in Antarctica, but Antarctica literally by definition means no bears.
Okay,
Land with no bears.
So 2 things. So Mom and I are going to go to the Arctica.
Just Arctic. The Arctic Circle.
Okay, we're going to go to Arctic and we're going to see the Northern
The Arctic.
The Arctic. I'm Skyping. And we're going to do that and we're going to see the polar bears and we're going to go ahead and see the Northern Lights.
Hope to see the Northern Lights. It's
Hope
not
to.
a guarantee.
Now, we've talked about doing the Antarctic, right?
Right, just to go to Antarctica because it's a different continent.
So why don't we do that?
Okay, you tell me when you can go.
Why don't we set it up?
Yeah.
Isn't that's a tough
That's
one?
harder. The Arctic is part of countries.
Do that take the whole family or can we just go?
No, we could just go. Antarctica is a no man's land. It's no one's country, so it's harder to get to. You can only go there on research missions or like specific tourism needs. The Arctic, you can just like go to Canada and go. You can go to Norway and go. You can go to
Svalbard
Svalbard
would
and
that be to
go.
go to Antarctic?
Antarctica.
That too.
Yeah. But I just thought that that's a good little thing to know.
That's a fun fact.
Yeah. Another fun fact I
We're
learned
having
today.
so much fun now, aren't we?
Another fun fact I learned today, which I never even put together, is I'm reading a book on ancient Rome right now because I was like in Rome and it interested me, so I bought a book on it.
And when in Rome,
right? And I bought the book in Rome.
Okay, good.
And I was reading the book this morning, and I never thought about this, but it makes so much sense. I mean, obviously, we all know, or I would think we all know, that our month names come from Rome, right? Like our month names are the names of Roman gods, or
I'm sorry, what? No, go ahead.
or like other things. But then,
hey, everybody, I hope you're taking notes.
no, well, it was just interesting because October, right? If I said that prefix to you, what would you think that is?
I would think it was for
Like
Oktoberfest.
No.
I'm only joking.
What do you think that means?
I would think for Octavia from Transformers.
What? Optimus Prime, you mean? Who's Octavia?
Okay. Oh, no, Octavia is that's a super one of the comics and shit. Yeah, right. Go. Yeah, look it up.
No, but if I said octo to you, what do you think that is?
Octagon. UFC
right,
fight.
and what's an octagon?
8.
Right. So yes. So we all know that octo is 8.
Therefore, the 8th
but
month.
October means literally in Latin 8th month, but it's the 10th month for us.
Correct.
And November is 9th month, and December, like decagon, right? That's 10, but it's the 12th month for us. So I never thought about that, but it's because we messed up they messed up the calendar. And back then, October used to be their 8th month, and they always used to have to supplement the month, and now we do it with we do it leap years. They used to do it leap months, but that's just something I learned this morning, and it was very interesting. I never thought that October used to mean the 8th month. Well, and now it's our 10th month.
That's interesting to know. Thank you. That's a fun fact. Not as much fun as the other one.
Not the bear fact.
But it's still a fun fact. I just wouldn't want to invite people over and discuss that one.
I would never invite people over just to discuss a fun fact.
People would think you were a little
what?
Nerdy. Not nerdy, but you are a bright kid. There's very few things.
Nerdy is cool now.
Yes, sure it is. So, what was I just going to say? I just lost my train of thought. Shit. What? You're looking? No, that doesn't go losing train. That's stupid. All right, so we hope everybody's doing well. So this is our second time back in the studio, right?
Since it's our first real episode back in the studio. The last one was Patreon.
And here we are.
So go join the Patreon, patreon.com/daddyissuespod.
And Bronny really needs you to join. Why is that, Bronny?
Well, you guys are my job now, So if you join the Patreon, which it's $5 a month, it's the cost of a shitty cup of coffee, and you get 4 extra hours of content a month. And then you can also technically say that you're my boss. So if you want to do that,
fucking great. Everybody listening should join Patreon.
Yeah. So
hey, how nice of Dan to get his whole group to buy the Manscaped.
Yes, that's another thing too. Go buy Manscaped because they also support my lifestyle.
Right, buy the Manscaped.
When I
can you get me the handle, please?
It's like sold out.
The handle,
but that's not.
All right,
that's a conversation.
Oh, really? But your fun fact's a great conversation.
But you want to talk about errands that we have to do together on the podcast?
We have to do it together. I'm not doing that. I just asked you to get me the fucking handle.
I have to go fill up gas later. Do you want to come with me? Like, why are we going to talk about?
I don't want to go with you.
I'm
just asking.
Speaking of gas, I filled up today on my way down from Miami. $6 a gallon.
Does it hurt more now that you really don't have any income?
Yeah. Well, I do have an income. It's podcast.
Okay.
But you really are a harbinger on that. By the way, you won't let that go.
Ooh, did I? What?
No, but I do have an income. Literally, I do.
Well,
by the way, I have as much of an income now, literally, dollar amount, as much of an income now as my previous job was. Okay, it's just not doubled.
But Bronny, I'm just want to let you know I'm now coming and taking half.
Okay.
I'm teasing.
Do it.
I'm not doing that.
It'll incentivize me more.
Right, I should do that.
No, you shouldn't. I
should do that. Brian, I want to take the other half and get like a Bentley.
It's not that much.
Okay, then you better make more
money. It's not enough for a Bentley.
All right. So I was in Flakewitz.
How much do you think we're making?
I don't know. You don't share the books and records with me. We're gonna do a fucking hostile takeover.
Yeah.
So I was in Flakewitz, and they're like all the girls behind the counter, the waitresses. They're like, "You look good on video." They're all watching the podcast.
Really?
Isn't that
How
funny?
do they know about it? You tell them. Flakewitz is like our local deli.
But isn't that funny?
Yeah.
They're like, all right, that was that.
Even speaking of
fun fact.
No, speaking of Flakewitz too, I was there the other day with Mom. And I noticed that the prices went up. And then I was listening to the table behind us, and they were saying that the prices went up. They were like, $6 for a bowl of oatmeal. What the fuck?
$11 for an omelet.
It's crazy.
Yeah, everything's gone up.
Our country's failing, obviously.
Yeah, but we're not going to go into that whole thing.
Yeah, it's just sad that you can witness it in real time, the decline of our empire.
Well, they've got what they wanted. They voted the fucking that.
It's not them. It started back it started with 9/11, really. Actually, they even think about it before. I watched a really interesting documentary last night, which is a whole other good topic. It was called Best of Enemies, and it was about. Do you remember in the 60s? I didn't remember.
No, I was 7. I was born in the late 60s.
In 68, at the presidential primary, it was like do you know who Bill Buckley is? Like William Buckley Jr. and then Gore Vidal, like those two thinkers. They did these debates on ABC News, instead of just covering it was like the first of its kind. And before this, the news just would cover the event fully, right? So it was the presidential primary, and they would just cover 24 hours of what the primary was doing. And then ABC didn't have the money to do that. So instead, they decided to bring in these two commentators. Bill Buckley was like the father of modern conservatism. He was kind of like the Tucker Carlson of the day. And then Gore Vidal was like super left. What is he doing? He's so anarchist almost. Well, not anarchist, just like super progressive liberal. So they brought these two, and they, instead of doing coverage of the primary, they were just going to have these two react to it on TV for 10 minutes a night, and that's it. And it became this huge, huge thing. ABC was getting millions of views because it was two people on opposite sides of the spectrum commentating. And then modern...
Good idea.
Well, I mean, that's literally everything we do now is because of that. They were the first people to ever do that. All news now is people of different ideas commentating on the news. It's not doing the news; it's commentating on the news.
It actually has no value to watch. It really doesn't. It's worthless.
It's the exact same thing that we do. So if you think that like Tucker Carlson is worthless, we're way less worthless.
No.
He's reacting to things in the world, and you either agree with him too.
No,
we're reacting to things in the world.
What I'm saying is, we just have fun with it. We just talk about things. We talk about follow advice. I'm saying the news is not news. The editorials are different.
Right, but no one even calls it news. People call it media, mainstream media. No one calls it the news anymore.
I'm just saying,
because everyone knows it's not the news.
Just saying that I would, you'd like to get some more facts out there as opposed to editorials.
You got to go to your other sources for facts now. But it was just interesting watching these two guys who were so on the opposite sides that they literally wanted to like kill each other, but they literally wanted to kill
very
each other.
Adversarial in it.
Yeah, but then they came on TV each night and they discussed these ideas very eloquently, logically, rationally, didn't get down each other's throats.
That's what I'm talking about. That's
and
good.
Talked about it. And for the first time ever, the country was able to see like both sides.
Because if they're talking in a professional, nice manner and not attacking, you can then draw your own conclusions based on what you and who you like better.
Yeah, and they also were just smart, so much smarter than anyone commentating on things is nowadays. Like they were just so quick.
They didn't have teleprompters
smart.
Probably back then where you're reading everything. You just had to know your shit.
Then they knew their shit.
No one knows their shit.
Yeah, and it was just very cool to watch that and see where we're at now from that exact thing. And Gore Vidal in it, he said that he believes that the empire has started falling in the 80s. Back? That starting in the 80s to now, we've fallen. I've always said that it was starting 9/11 to now we've been falling, but I'm gonna buy one of his books to see why he says the 80s. But we certainly are an empire in decline. There's no doubt about that, which is a shame. But I wonder what will come from it.
I don't know. I think just enjoy your life right now. Don't worry about that shit.
I do enjoy my life, but I also think it's stupid to be so ignorant and be like, I'm going to be completely oblivious to the shit in the world.
You're definitely not ignorant, but I'm just saying.
Right, but I certainly enjoy my life. But that also, I don't think should stop me from trying to realize
there's nothing wrong with being knowledgeable.
Oh no, maybe in 7 years this country is not going to exist anymore, and I need to figure it out. In 1978, they didn't think that the Soviet Union would be fallen in 3 years, and then 4 years later, they lived in shambles. And the people who were smart and saw it coming became the oligarchs, became the rich people, because they saw it coming, and then they planned to get ahead of it so that when the country fell, they could take up the scraps. And then they became billionaires.
How do you plan ahead of it?
I don't know. You got to it's better to at least talk about it in terms of planning than be completely ignorant and be like, I'm going to ignore the fact that our country is literally falling apart because gas is at an all-time high. Mom's tinfoil for her salon 6 months ago was $15 a box. Now it's $40 a box. It can't sustain. We're all going to fail. But to move on to lighter news, Coachella is happening this weekend, second weekend. Are you excited?
And so is Sunfest, right?
Yeah, but Sunfest is...
no one
knows
I got
Sunfest.
2 free tickets to go, but I'm like not going. So Coachella is where? Miami? Where is that?
Serious?
Where the fuck is that? California?
Yeah. Coachella is the biggest music festival in the world.
Going?
No, it's like $3,000 to go. He could never afford to go.
I'm so glad he's not going.
You don't know Coachella?
I know Coachella, but I'm saying... So no, he's
It's
a nice
weekend
guy.
2, the last weekend. Weekend 1 was last
So
weekend.
people sleep there and shit and go crazy.
You like camp over the weekend, yeah.
Oh, I'd rather kill myself.
Same. I would never want to go to Coachella.
And the people standing up listening to music and getting stoned and drugs and shit.
yeah, not even stone, like acid and
What the fuck is with this world? Why would anybody who would waste their fucking time?
yeah. I mean,
No,
that's
seriously.
certainly not a new thing. Your generation, actually,
Woodstock.
my grandparents' generation started that
Woodstock.
shit, right?
Okay, but-
And by the way, Dad, they were doing way more drugs
I get it.
and having way more sex back then
Listen,
than we are
well,
now.
sex is good. Sex part I'm okay with. Listen,
No, they were having like random orgies on
I'm okay with that.
acid.
Oh,
and
take the
ecstasy
acid
and
out.
shit.
Listen to me. I have to tell you, the whole fucking remember we went to go see Slash up in Long Island, and my mom made me wear those fucking shoes, whatever, and I was standing the whole time. My feet would come. To stand and watch a concert for hours with people bumping into you, I'd rather, and that was a small venue.
No, Coachella is.
But yeah, would I enjoy it?
No, of course
Not
not.
in a billion.
It would be fun to take you and just like.
No, I would be
you
miserable.
experience.
I'd be fucking miserable.
I'm not a festival guy.
I'd be
anyways.
out in 10 minutes. 10 minutes, I'd be out of there.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd even walk in. I don't even want to go to a fucking football game unless I'm sitting in a nice fucking box or great seats.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you're difficult in that way, or you're particular in that
Not
way.
particular. Like, who
It's
would,
a nice way of saying difficult. but
no. What?
yeah. A lot of people. I would do it for a band that I loved, but I wouldn't do it for Harry Styles. But if it was Pearl Jam, like I've always wanted to go to the Ohana Festival, which is Pearl Jam's music festival. And
What is that, in Hawaii?
No, yeah, they have one in Hawaii, and then they have the Dana Point Festival, which in
But
California,
wasn't it better seeing Pearl Jam the way we saw it?
in a stadium. No,
Or like when we saw him, Eddie Vedder.
well, that was very different. But what I'm saying is, it's worth it to me for certain things, but for Coachella, it's not, because Coachella is just not about the music; it's about the scene. People only go to Coachella because it's
And to say I went to
CNBC.
Coachella, and I went to say it, and they posted a fucking thing on fucking fake book.
yeah. No, well, no one posts on Facebook because everyone who goes to Coachella doesn't use Facebook because only boomers like you use Facebook.
Okay, so you
So they post on
and
Instagram,
Snapchat.
on Instagram. And then the whole thing about Coachella is that the whole point is to be like to wear these crazy outfits, right? Like everyone picks specific outfits.
Go to Coachella.
No, that's Burning Man.
Same
That's
thing.
a whole different one. Whole different. Also, don't mention names like that.
Oh, you're right. So you'll bleep it.
Yeah. Coachella.
Make sure you bleep it.
I've even seen like
But
most
Burning
of the
Man too. That shit. Give me
most
a
of the
fucking
social
break.
media last week when it was first week of Coachella, every other Instagram thing, every other TikTok was about people doing their Coachella outfits. And
Okay, seriously. Okay, you're a retard.
Yeah.
If you're setting outfits out for fucking
that they'll
Coachella,
plan them months in advance, and they only will do them. I saw
guys too?
no
way.
not as much guys. It's a girl thing for sure.
Women, they're fucking retarded.
I even saw some where there was one girl. I wish I saved it. There was one TikTok or Instagram that I saw of a girl who was like, "So this is my Coachella outfit, weekend one. I have this shirt is from Revolve, these pants are from Princess Polly, whatever, and these shoes or whatever, and they were high heels." And she goes,
Well, you're gonna stand in high heels.
No, she goes to the camera. Don't worry, the high heels are only for the picture. I'll be changing into shoes for the actual Coachella.
Okay.
And it's like, then that's not your Coachella outfit.
Okay. First of all,
Then that you're
let's go one step-
modeling.
Let's go one step further. Why is it a Coachella outfit?
Well, yeah, that's the whole thing.
You're retarded.
90% of the reason why people go to Coachella is to take pictures in the outfits at Coachella
Correct.
to then post to say you were at
Same with the
Coachella.
Eiffel Tower behind you. The fucking girls with the
Yeah.
fucking bunny ears and the stupid fucking duck lips.
Well, that was like 10
Same
years ago,
shit.
but yeah.
Okay, same thing.
Yeah.
It's the same fucking shit.
And then it was like a big deal, not to me, but to some people, that like Kylie Jenner and Hailey Bieber and that group of influencers showed up to Coachella in just like jeans and a t-shirt. And everyone was like, "Oh my God, look at what the point they're making. This is crazy. They're showing that everyone is trying so hard with their outfits, and these are the cool people just showing up in their normal clothes. That's so awesome." And I was like,
Wait, people give this much thought to it?
Yeah.
Okay, so to me, when you talk about the crash and the decline of America,
"Yes, that's part of
it's
it for
not
sure."
the gas prices. It's not.
No, it's everything, I'm saying.
It's that.
Yeah.
Do you see? That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the fucking problem.
Like I had an article here that just I took down about
Fucking retarded.
like,
just when I'm
rating
in a,
Coachella
just when I'm in a
outfits.
good mood and it's
like
they
this is
rate them.
Well, this is the whole article saying the best
Someone
celebrity
writes?
outfits. But then there's a whole sub thing about it saying how like the coolest celebrities are the ones just showing up. Like, look, this is Hailey Baldwin and Kylie Jenner just wearing jeans and t-shirts and sweatshirts. And everyone was like, that's so cool of them.
Who cares?
Right. But by the way, this sweatshirt that this guy's wearing is probably over $1,000 because it's a Balenciaga sweatshirt.
What does that even mean?
It's a brand, but then
it's just a sweatshirt.
Right, but it's even more stupid because it's literally a sweatshirt that I can go buy a Champion sweatshirt for $30. But this one is probably $1,000. Actually, you know what? Let's find out. Balenciaga sweatshirt. Let's find out exactly how much this sweatshirt is because men's sweatshirt. Okay, well, this one, which is way less, right? This is just a black sweatshirt with a little logo, is $995.
Okay, you're an idiot.
It's a black
shows
crew neck sweatshirt.
Watch the dog. I don't want to kick in the thing. See these? Yeah, see?
Yeah. He's got to move.
Thanks, out. Go. Out. Okay. That's where the downfall is of our society.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
oh my God.
But you can kind of see a little bit of how, like, that's Kim K. You can see
Okay,
how
wait.
the outfits are all ridiculous.
That's what she's wearing?
Yeah. That one's fine. That one's not even
No,
that
my
ridiculous.
point is, does she have a box? Like, is there a box? You have a private seating? Like, who?
Yeah.
How do you,
No, she'll have her own little thing. She's not going to be mixed in with the crowd. But, like, everyone chooses all these
Who the
specific.
fuck are these people?
That's Doja Cat. That's Harry
let
Styles.
me go back to Doja Cat.
I don't know who that is. Halsey. Doja Cat wears Auto Linger.
What'd she do with her head?
And it's like punk, I guess. I don't know.
That's your girl.
It's Spikes.
Huh? Wait, you're going too fast. I just want to see these people. Who are
This
these
is
people?
Hailey Baldwin and Kendall Jenner and
Let me
Justine
see.
Skye. Don't know who that is.
Who's the one on the left?
Hailey Baldwin.
Who's
or Hailey
that?
Bieber, I guess.
Who married?
Justin Bieber.
Okay.
These ones aren't even that big, all these. Or that
is
crazy. These are all normal.
hysterical.
Usually they're like crazy, Dad. They're like
And who's at
hippie
Coachella?
or
Just singing?
I mean, now it's
Who's
just
that?
Jack Harlow and Saweetie.
Who's Sweetie?
She's a singer. Bryce
Oh my God,
Bryce
that's
likes
the
her.
world. Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
This is her. This is like her famous song that Bryce loves.
You can only play from it, I guess, right?
Yeah, because stupid YouTube takes us down on after everything.
Bad Baby's better.
Okay, it's not even showing.
Yeah, turn it up. Oh, Brycey, boo, what am I going to do with you?
The top comment is finally some good Christian music I can share with my church friends. And then the second comment, someone just copied them. Finally, some good Christian music to listen to at church. Be original. This episode is brought to you by Manscaped.
Which we love, one of our greatest sponsors, and we're very appreciative of them.
We certainly are. And not only are we appreciative of their sponsorship, but we're appreciative of their products, which I use all the time.
Do you know what this month is?
This month, actually, in April.
So you do know what this month is.
I do. Do you?
I do.
It is Testicular Cancer Awareness Month,
And
which apparently there's a label for everything.
Yes, but we should be aware of it.
We certainly should because it actually is an issue. And Manscaped has partnered with the Testicular Cancer Society to bring awareness to testicular cancer, men's health, and early cancer detection for men, which is a great thing.
It's a great thing.
Certainly a problem. So guys at home, go feel your balls for little lumps.
Well, first of all, clean them up, right? So clean them up and Manscaped them.
While
So
you're down there with your Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0,
check your balls.
just give a little feel. You know, you should, if there's more than two things that you're feeling, go to the doctor.
Or have your woman feel it for you.
That too.
But either way, great product. I'm a loyal user of it, and it's fucking great, and it's the best product out there, period.
Yeah, and you know, it's spring, so spring cleaning back in the home and spring cleaning down in your taint with the help of Manscaped.
It's better too when you wipe, isn't it? It's so much
Oh,
smoother.
no, it actually is night and day. And it's like
clean.
Now that it's starting to get hot out a little bit, it's like I need my asshole free of hair and my crotch free of
No,
hair.
the whole area I'm
Because
talking
it's
from
just
the
heat.
tip of the penis to up to almost to the back part of your ass.
Yes, the whole shebang.
that's great. I
And
agree.
Manscaped's got you with the whole shebang down there with their Lawnmower 4.0, which you all know, the best trimmer on the market.
Best.
But then they also have you covered above the belt with their 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner, their body wash, their new deodorant,
The nose trimmer.
the nose trimmer. So head over to manscaped.com, check out the Peak Hygiene package if you want all of the deodorant and the lip balm and the body spray. It's all great. Or check the Peak Performance package if you want their great Lawnmower 4.0. So head over to manscaped.com, use the code DaddyIssues20. You'll get 20% off, free shipping on all their products, regardless of
Makes a
what
great
they are.
makes a great gift too, Bronny.
Great gift for you, for your partner, and it's a great gift to us because if you support them, they support us, and then we can all be happy.
So I had a Zoom meeting with Bryce and his bosses
Yeah.
the other day. Did he tell you what I did?
No.
Okay. So you know that little picture when we were on the cruise of Bryce in his suit in my office, like,
Did you make that your Zoom background?
no, he's like 5 years. I should have. He's like 5 years old. He looks like a little lawyer, a businessman with the big forehead. So cute. So it's him and his bosses. It's 3 bosses, him and me on the Zoom call. So I'm doing the Zoom, and then we're going over something that's some legal thing for the client. And I go, I want to start this Zoom meeting that I do, like, Bryce, just so you know, like every other Zoom meeting. I go, Brycey, boo, you're so cute. And I started laughing, and they're all laughing. So then I took that picture and put it right by I guess he had to be there.
No, it's cute.
No, it was very funny. They were dying.
But they also, like, that's not even embarrassing to Bryce because they know Bryce well. It's not like,
It wasn't
if it was
really
like a room, if it was like a meeting with 20 people, it would be a different story.
I couldn't stop laughing though doing the Zoom with at the beginning. Then after 5 minutes of laughing, I stopped.
It is funny to think of Bryce as like
But he was great
in a meeting.
He was great. He did a nice job taking notes. No, but he asked some good questions, and it was good.
Okay,
Yeah, I just thought I'd share that with
good
you.
for Bryce.
That's a fun fact. How about that?
He came home yesterday. He has this idea, which was my idea originally, and then he co-opted it and took it and changed it around completely to make it worse. But I'm not going to share my idea because it's secretive and I don't want people stealing it.
Is this a business idea? Then don't put it on the podcast.
No. His is fine, but
Well,
I'm not going to say mine because you know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
right?
but do you
remember my
say
food idea that I had for the food truck?
Yes.
I don't want to say what type of food truck it is.
Yeah.
So that I've had that idea for like 10 years and I'm sitting on it, and maybe one day I'll do it, but maybe won't. I just like the idea. Bryce was like, we should do that. He wanted to do it. He's like, let's make some extra money. I was like, not that easy, but
Watch the
okay.
puppy.
Bryce was like, we can just buy an old school bus and do that. I was like, Bryce, that's going to cost us $100,000
to retrofit the school bus.
To put kitchen equipment in it.
I'm saying to retrofit.
Yeah, it's like that's going to be insane. So then I was like, why don't you start and just do it for your friends? Just like make dishes that you like, and I don't know what even the story is going, but so he like changed the whole thing around, and now he's doing he wants to sell sandwiches out of our apartment to like people. First he wanted to he's like, oh, it's easy. We can just sell it at Smorgasburg, which is this huge food festival. I was like, you think they're just going to let you sell at Smorgasburg?
He could if he can reserve a thing and pay for it. And
No,
I think you have to have a license too.
But you also like have to be a name. They don't just, there's only 20 stands. They don't like it because if you're a name and you have an Instagram following and all that shit. So I said, why don't you start with just our friends? So yesterday he came back with like 10 bags of grocery and has been cooking all last night. When I woke up, he started and he's been cooking all this morning to like do tests. And then when I was leaving, he was like, wait, I thought you were going to taste all the food. I was like, Bryce, I have to do a podcast. I can't.
But
so he's
going
to bring it to Boca.
I think that's fucking great.
No, I know, but yeah, it is great. But then the kitchen was just a mess today. I was like, I just don't even want to.
But I think that's fucking great. He loves cooking. What he needs to, and I'll talk to him when he comes up later. He needs to make sure he understands how much he paid the receipts and his time, and then what he's going to sell it for. So otherwise, not worth it. He'll be losing money.
Yeah, but he also
what's he making?
Like different sandwiches. But then he one of them was like a burger. You know how I make my smash burgers, and he was like,
Last night he started made fresh though.
Right, but last night he started making the burger, or he bought all the ingredients for the burgers. He was like, when do you think you can make the burgers? I was like, what are you talking about?
Oh, that's cute. Come on.
Well, I just said to him, I was like, what are you
Come on, you're his bud, man. No, that's cute.
I literally turned to him and I said, what are you talking about? Because I had no idea. I was watching TV. He came home and he's like, when do you think you can make the burgers? I was like, did I have a stroke? What are you saying? He was like, the cooking thing we talked about. I was like, what cooking thing? He's like, the sandwiches. And I was like, oh yeah, what about it? He's like, you're gonna make the burgers. I was like, I never said I was gonna make the burgers.
Well, you can make the burgers. You're good at making the burgers, but you can't. But that has to be a fresh thing.
All of them are gonna be fresh. I said to him, look, before you sell anything, you need to test it. You need to have 30 people try all the different things, tell you what worked, what didn't, what could be better, what not, before you start selling. You need to have a test kitchen. So that's what he's doing.
And you can't really run a business out of your company.
No, you can't. I mean, you could do it like a ghost kitchen is what they call them now, where like you just do it on Delivery Dudes or Postmates.
So delivery dudes will come by the apartment and pick it up?
Yeah. That's the thing. People do it.
I think it's great for him. I think it's a good thing. And if he he can't do a food truck because he works full time.
A food truck is also so difficult.
And it's so
But by the way, for
exhausting.
all those listening, I'm sitting on a genius food truck idea that has never been done before, but I'm not going to share it with you.
Mute it. Tell me again. Mute it for a minute.
We can't stay on mute for 20 seconds.
You got to cover they can read lips.
They can't read lips that good.
Okay.
Did you not hear me when I said
I did.
You?
One more time.
Okay, we can't stay unmuted for so long.
All right, sorry guys. I think that's great of him. I'm excited because he works full time and he has a passion. He's doing this. I fucking love it.
Yeah,
and you can work for him.
I think in 2 weeks we won't hear about it ever again.
That's
but
okay.
I hope it's not.
But wait, but even that, why not? If he likes an
of course,
idea
why
and
not?
you're passionate about it, if a gal hits, you know what I'm saying?
I know,
think
but
it's a
I
great
just
thing.
feel like it's important to stay realistic first. And I'm not trying to burst his bubble.
No, I think it's fucking
But he
great.
literally, he was like, it's easy. We'll just buy a bus. And I was like, Bryce.
But he's 23, might not know. He just started.
And then he goes, oh, I have the easier version. We'll just sell it Smorgasburg. And it's like, what are you talking about? That's like saying, oh, it's easy. We'll just sell in the Miami Dolphins
But
Stadium.
maybe he could look into it. Why not? Have you ever been to Smorgasburg or whatever?
Yeah.
Is
Not
it
the
good?
Miami one, but the LA
The
one.
Miami. Maybe we'll go next Saturday.
Yeah, it's every Saturday.
Yeah, maybe we'll
Or
go
every
next Saturday.
every Saturday. Yeah.
I think it's great. I'm going to support him. I think it's exciting.
Yes.
I'm happy for
No,
him.
I definitely support
I'm
him.
pumped.
I told him, I said, I'll help you with whatever you need. But he
But
just
the
assumed I
kitchen's-
was going to
the
help.
kitchen's a mess?
The kitchen was a mess, but
Is he
that's
gonna
par
clean
for
it
the
up?
course.
It's a nice kitchen.
Yeah.
Much better than your other one, I'm sure.
Yeah.
The other one was nothing.
Well, the other one wasn't even a real kitchen. It was like a little
They threw a
kitchenette.
Yeah,
Jinx.
Jinx Bronny. Jinx Bronny.
I guess we can talk about this big story that's happening, or it kind of just happened because it's over.
Well, Will Smith with
No, that's so
Chris Rock.
old.
I'm joking because we were away.
Yeah, we never talked about the slap really because we were away, and we never talked about shit. There was another thing that I was like, oh, we probably should talk about that. Oh, Elon Musk and Twitter is still going on, and we really haven't talked about that much, which we can talk about because now officially he's like put in a bid to buy for 43 bill
Could
or
you
53
imagine
bill.
how much money does he have?
More than that, I guess. But also, yeah, he's worth like 180 bill or something.
So Twitter makes money.
No.
So why would he? I know why.
He's
but,
buying it just to buy it, I guess.
But that's
and
so much
Twitter
money,
should
isn't
obviously sell it to them. So I think it was he bought
Isn't
it for
Twitter
40.
owned by Facebook?
No.
That's Insta.
Yeah.
Right.
Shares were $43 a share, and he offered at $53 a share to buy the whole thing. So of course they should sell it to him, but I think they don't want to because like Twitter's such a liberal company, and it's so like.
So what is that
all
now?
that.
What is it at now? Twitter.
Let's see.
Is it smart to buy? You think?
No,
Because if he owns it, if he buys, it's going to go up. You know that, right?
if he buys it, it will be private. It will not go up. He will own all the shares. He will not be able to buy a share.
But he can. It's still. But
It's
he'll.
at $48.93.
Okay.
So, let's see. Let's go to the last week. Yeah, I mean it's been fluctuating, but his offer still is higher than the shares are. He offered to buy 53 a share, and Twitter the stockholders are like having a meeting to decide if they want to sell or not. I mean they obviously should sell because Twitter's like a dead website anyways. It sucks.
How many shares are out there total? Do you know?
No. Is there a way to find
Imagine
that out?
you get this stock at the beginning. Now you said it costs $58, and you have 1 million shares. Unbelievable.
So his plan is to buy the whole thing, take it private, and because he believes in free speech and all that stuff, so he wants to like keep it free. But I just don't get that. Like it seems stupid to me. It seems juvenile. It seems pointless, and it seems stupid. I feel like it's
40 something.
if he's gonna spend $50 billion, why not just start your own site and do it better? Because Twitter has this whole history of being shit, right? Everyone thinks of Twitter and being like,
I've never been on it.
like people literally think of it. People use it as a pejorative, like, oh, you're just a Twitter checkmark person, meaning like you're like a stupid liberal. So it's like, why not just start your own? Or what he really should do is buy it and shut it down. Obviously, if he's all about free speech, then shut down a social media.
So much money, though. So much money.
Yeah. And then all these people on the left were like, or not even left, like lefties, not even people on the left, were saying, like, this is what's wrong with America, that white men can just buy whatever they want.
Man,
Yeah.
why is it a man thing? He's just wealthy.
Right.
He's an
That's the
innovator.
whole thing is like
It's a
he's
fucking-
wealthy because he's a white guy, and he would
Of
never
course
have been
he
able
is.
to get to that point if he wasn't a white guy.
Oh my god!
A lot of people do think that
Is-
way.
He's not from America originally.
He's
anyway.
from South Africa.
Yeah.
But his family were
So
like
he's
warlords.
African American.
Yeah.
So I don't want to fucking hear it.
But his family were like super rich back in.
That's
Like he's
okay.
not really self-made, but he's obviously a genius. I'm not taking anything away from Elon, but he's not self-made.
He is self-made, Bronny. Come on.
No, it's like
I mean,
what we were talking about with Kim Kardashian. Like, of course, Kim Kardashian took her opportunities and ran with them and became super successful, but she didn't start from zero. She started from being think of even just us, right? Like, I was born into a family where I had more opportunities than most in the world.
okay, but Bronny,
That doesn't mean that I
don't
didn't
give you
work,
anything.
that I don't work
So
hard,
if
but I still I got my first job because of a connection with you. I went to a good private school because you could afford to send me to it. That sets me up above other people. It just does.
okay, but who cares?
No, I'm just saying.
And I'm okay
he's
with
not fully
that.
self-made. Like,
No, but-
same with Donald Trump is not fully self-made. He was born into a $1 billion family.
You understand? No, but you understand if you make money on your own, I don't give you, mom and I don't support you. You make it now. You make it on your own. You fucking went from living. You don't live the same lifestyle that when we supported you. You live a lesser lifestyle, and you're on your own financial. So if you fucking make it, you make it. I don't believe in that shit.
But there definitely is we're all in the same race, but we're at different starting points. Of course, I am starting above many people.
Doesn't Hamilton in the race start above?
Yeah, and that's why he has more of a chance of winning.
Right, but
exactly
because he's better.
No,
Isn't he
sometimes
better?
right, but I'm not starting above because I'm better. I was born into it.
What I'm saying is, but I gave you the opportunity.
Yeah.
So maybe fucking
course.
Hamilton is better because
Also,
maybe,
Hamilton, that's a dated reference now because he's bad this year. But
But you know what I'm saying? But maybe
Verstappen is a better.
okay, but maybe because his parents started him at a younger age driving. Who the fuck knows? I'm just saying. I find nothing wrong with it. Everybody wants a leg up. There's nothing wrong with it.
Of course, I don't think there's anything wrong with it, but I do think it's important to acknowledge.
Oh, you want to tell everybody what happened on your?
I told them in the
you didn't.
Yeah, in the
No,
Patreon
you did
episode,
not.
in the car cast
Oh,
that
the
we recorded.
cast.
I got in a Vespa accident in
That was
Italy.
our first car cast.
We did record
Very smart, by the way. to
on
do
our
that.
Patreon. When we were in Italy, we were driving
Like 2
an
hour
hour and a
drive,
half
yeah.
to Tuscany, and we didn't have much time to record episodes while we were there because we were busy. So we decided to record from the car while we were driving. So we called it the car cast, and that's on our Patreon if you want to listen to that. But in that episode, I did talk because that was the day
You're
after
right. I do remember that.
my Vespa accident. I got into a motorcycle crash, is what it is.
Not a motorcycle
I'm
crash.
a motorcycle crash survivor.
No. Okay, listen. What are you, Vince Vaughn with the shark
Yes.
survivor? No, it's not a motorcycle. It's literally a moped.
I survived a vehicular accident.
You couldn't go. But in all, I'm going to make a joke, but I'm going to give you some all fairness.
No. It was
wait.
very stupid.
Literally,
You weren't there, but you weren't. What were you going to say? I'm just prefacing you weren't there.
1 mile an hour you fell.
Yes, because I was on gravel.
But on the same
and
token-
I couldn't go fast, so the weight went out from under me.
By the way-
and there were 3 mopeds lined
By
up.
the way, you're 100% correct.
And I was like, okay, I either run into these other mopeds or I drop the bike.
Okay,
and
which
I
you
thought it
should
was
have dropped the
smarter
bike.
to drop the bike
Correct.
than to ram my bike right into 3 other bikes.
Okay, so let me explain something. So I have been riding Harleys since what, like 1987?
Sick.
Dick. and it is much harder to ride the motorcycle when you're going 1 mile an hour or even 5
it was
miles an hour.
insane. And I
Correct.
could only go.
And-
I could
and-
only go 20 feet, and then I turn around and come back 20
And
feet.
riding on gravel is the stupidest thing. So
And mud. It was
wait,
gravel and mud.
you are not paying for those fucking motorcycles. I'm telling you right now.
No.
For those mopeds, because they're liable for the fucking their stupid training course.
Yeah.
But you're lucky you didn't hurt yourself.
Well, I
Worse.
did. I have scars on my knee. Now they're healing. I just scraped on my knee a little bit, but I am now officially a motorcycle survivor, motorcycle accident survivor.
All right, good. What? You're an idiot.
What were we talking about? Twitter?
You were talking about Twitter, but I was past it now.
Okay.
No, I'm saying, meaning like that was were we done?
Yeah, I guess. I don't
Oh,
know.
I don't know. I mean,
that's
we
what I was
talked-
just asking.
We said that he's going to buy and said nobody cares about Twitter really.
Yeah.
You know, whatever.
I mean, really,
There was go
if
ahead.
he's all for the future of humanity, which he is, right? Like SpaceX is about prolonging the future of humanity by colonizing Mars. The Boring Company is about making Earth better by digging tunnels underneath so that we don't have traffic up above. If he wants what's better for
Guy's
humanity,
amazing. Yeah.
then he should shut down. He should buy all the tech companies, shut down the servers, obviously. If you got rid of social media within 1 week, the world would become
but it's never happened.
Of course it could happen.
You really think
all it takes is one crazy person to do it. I mean, others will spring up, I guess.
How much money do you have that you could do that?
He's doing it to the second biggest one in the world, Twitter.
Oh my God, the amount of money is shocking. What was the second thing you said? You had another topic.
Yeah, the other thing that's happening, so CNN over the past year, you know how all these companies are trying to do a streaming service, right? Like,
what is CNN streaming service?
Well, we'll get to that, but everyone is trying to get one, right? Discovery Channel now has Discovery Plus, and obviously there are ones that make sense. Like Disney obviously should have Disney Plus. Disney's has the biggest library in the world. Of course, there should be a place that we all access it. But Discovery Channel, do you really need one? No. Paramount Network, do you really need one? No. Right? It's stupid.
But I think they see that's the way of the future.
But it isn't, and we can get to that. It isn't because...
How do you know?
Because we're seeing it happen in real time. This week, Netflix, their market cap went down, ready for this? $50 billion in 1 day.
What's their stock at? So
tanking now.
Maybe you buy it then.
No, because they're going to go under in 2 years.
Why?
Putting it right down.
How could they go under?
They will. I'm calling it right now. We would have thought, how could Netflix go under? Right? Or not Netflix. How could Blockbuster go under? And they're fully gone. They're not a thing ever again.
Redbox was a great thing.
Netflix stock right now. So let's see. Let's go to the month. Look at that huge drop off.
From where to where?
So it was $348 a share, and now it's $215 a share. They lost $50 billion in market cap in 1 day.
Why?
Because they're bad. Because the streaming...
That's not an answer. Why?
Well, I'll get to it. Streaming started as an alternative to cable because the idea was
Wait, let me see. It's the mom's salon for my haircut. I don't want them fucking changing my appointment. What is it? 4 o'clock men's haircut, but if you want, you come in at 4:15.
This is great.
Sorry. I'm listening to you.
No, you're not.
No, I'm listening to you.
It's okay. I'll just wait till you're done. It's not a big deal.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So streaming started as an alternative to beat cable, right? Because you used to pay $100 a month and you would get all the different channels, and each channel had their specific shows, right? Like if you wanted to watch an MTV show, you had to go to MTV. If you wanted,
I'm with you.
Right? And so then Netflix started to be like, you know what? If you do $10 a month, we'll give you all the shit in one place. You can have all the shows in one place here.
So what's so bad about that?
That was how the business model started, and it's not that anymore. That was a great
Hulu,
idea.
Prime,
right?
All
That's
the
what I'm
same
saying.
thing.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Now, 10 years post the start of streaming, every place has their own streaming service with their own content. So Netflix really only has Netflix originals. Hulu really only has Hulu originals. Disney Plus really only has Disney things. Paramount Plus only has Yellowstone and Paramount shows. So now it's cable again. Now I have to spend $10 on each service
Every one of them.
to get each thing's
So what's going to
subscription.
pop up? What's going to change?
The bit, it just is not going to sustain itself. People are realizing, wait, I'm spending $80 a month. I'm spending $10 on HBO just to get HBO shows, $10 on Hulu just to get Hulu shows, $10 on Paramount just to watch Yellowstone.
Right. Then I spent
$10 on Apple
and
just
I
to
spent
watch
$300 on cable too.
Exactly. So it's like, what people are realizing, this is pointless. Why would I do this? And I have all these different things. It's not what it used to be.
How are you going to?
So
What are you
everyone's
going to
canceling their shit.
What are you going to do?
Well, many people are torrenting their shit again. They're
What does that mean?
Illegally getting their stuff. So instead of paying Netflix for it, you just illegally get Netflix shows. And so Netflix last month hiked up their price 50% to 100%. What did you used to be paying? I think you used to be paying $14.
$14.99.
Yeah, it's $22 now a month. And so everyone was like, fuck this. What, I'm paying $20 a month for Stranger Things once a year? Who the fuck cares? So they're canceling. And so that's why...
I don't even know what happens between Spotify, Apple, I don't even know what the fuck. I don't even know what it costs me.
It's hundreds.
I think I'm fucking having... I have fucking Life 360 for $7.99 a month. I don't even have it on my phone. How the fuck do I get rid of that?
We can sit down and go through your subscriptions if you want.
Can you do that for me?
Yeah. we can do that.
Seriously, because
We need your bank statement, and we can go through and see. Okay, you pay Apple TV.
It's all on Amex.
Yeah, we can do that. But that's the problem, and so they're realizing it, and they're reacting poorly. So Netflix, this is news this week. Netflix lost a bunch of. It was the first time since the company has started that they were below their projections for new members because so many people canceled. So then a bunch of the stockholders. Is he going to hit the camera? I don't know.
Good job, Banksy.
A bunch of the stockholders were dumping stock because they were like, this isn't good. So then their market fell 50 bill after they increased their price. Their solution, watch, I'll literally just Google Netflix and we'll go to news. Let's see. This isn't what I wanted. Well, one of their solutions was they said, which this is the top story here, Netflix is going to go after password sharing. So that's their first solution. They said no more people will be able to. Everyone's going to need their own account. You can't share passwords, which it's like,
go.
You think that's going to help? That's going to make way more people quit, of course. And then their second thing was they said within the next year to two, they're planning to start rolling out advertisements on their shows.
Well, I don't want that either.
Of course, that's the opposite of why people have Netflix. So it's like they're going to tank their own company.
I can watch a Netflix show in 22 minutes instead of 30 minutes. I like that.
And that's why you pay for that. You could get TV for free, but you pay for Netflix because it doesn't have ads. It's like the HBO model, the Sirius XM model.
So unfortunately, basically what you're saying is streaming now has become regular TV.
Yes, exactly. And so we're going to need something new to come to it. So that's why I said streaming's dead. It's going to be individualized. Like it's going to be kind of what we do is what I think the future is going to be. Which you're already seeing it. Everyone's creating their own networks now. So like people want to watch Ben Shapiro and his show and his network, The Daily Wire, right? Now they have to go to thedailywire.com and pay just to the Daily Wire directly to access their shit. And now the Daily Wire is doing movies and TV shows and talk shows. They've expanded their stuff. A lot of people are doing that. Tim Pool, he does a whole thing. Now he only does like members only podcasts. And he doesn't do it through Patreon. He doesn't do it through one of those. He created his own form because he thinks that that'll allow him to do whatever he wants.
So
he
what
doesn't
does
have
Patreon
to,
take
Patreon takes 8% of our shit out. And technically, theoretically, at any time, they could kick us off. If they've kicked people off for saying bad things.
And you're done.
So like that's why all these... Dave Rubin, who's another big... He's like a Ben Shapiro. He has a big network. He has YouTube shows and all that stuff. He created his own version of Patreon just for himself so that people can sign up directly with him and then he's not beholden to anyone.
But you have to really have a large following to do that. I'm sure it's very expensive.
Also don't even because like technically I'm supporting myself on this show and we don't have that large of a following. So it's like that's where I think the future is going to go. Creators are going to be able to individually create their own things, deliver it directly to you, and it'll be sponsored. Like this show is sponsored by ads, but they're small and they're little. So like people want John and Braun content. They come directly to our pages. There's a little ad in the middle of it, and they get the free content. That's what I think it'll be. Everyone's independent.
But you have to market it. Like you can now.
Yeah, but everyone can market it. You can. We do it, and we're the most censored people on the fucking internet, and we do it.
Why are we so censored?
I don't know. It's
shocking, isn't it?
Right. But if we can do it and we're censored, you don't think that someone who's like family oriented and never would get censored?
We are so censored and we are so small in this whole scheme of things. It's amazing that we are so censored. Am I correct, Ronnie? People telling you that on their Instagram, they don't even see us when we're going live. They don't see us our notifications.
We don't come up on their Spotify, even though we're their number one.
We come up with TikTok, right?
Yeah.
We used to get millions of fucking views on TikTok, and now we get 13,000.
It's like a good one. Yeah.
They're fucking with us.
But it just is what it is.
We would have grown.
We would be Joe Rogan if it wasn't for this.
That's not how I sound.
I wasn't saying that that's how you sound. I was just making fun of this situation.
Double. We would be double.
Probably, yeah. Because we were growing at that rate. And then you can see it was like, boom, they cut us.
Why?
I don't fucking know. But I think that is the future. People are going to go directly to individuals.
You're usually right.
They're not going to be dependent on these massive corporations, right? Like nowadays, if you want to make a movie...
iPhone.
It has to be... No, but like if you want to make a movie that's... maybe not even anymore. 10 years ago, if you wanted to make a movie that was distributed to people, you had to do what these massive companies told you to do. That was it. Nowadays, you can kind of do what you want to do. So I think that that's better in the long run. It's decentralized rather than like in the hands of 5 corrupt-ass huge billionaire companies. That's where I think it's going. But look, you can see this is from The Guardian 2 hours ago. Why the world is falling out of love with Netflix. After years of growth, the streaming giant revealed a shock fall in subscribers. Is it really all downhill from here? Like everyone, why I'm part of one of Netflix's biggest problems. Netflix has a hidden forgot button. So it's like, and Netflix was the king. They were the streaming king forever. And if the king falls, it's likely that all the
And what's the
others
name?
fall.
Netflix. I get Flix, but what's the net?
internet, because it's
Gotcha. Makes sense.
yeah.
Let's do a follow
So,
advice.
well, wait.
Okay,
So
yeah.
the whole reason why we got into this is because
makes sense.
CNN.
Oh, right.
Also,
right. There's a
So
reason.
CNN, like a year ago, announced that they were going to do CNN Plus, which was a subscription service that you could pay a couple dollars a month
no one's
to.
paying it.
Well, just wait. You could pay like a couple dollars a month to whatever it was going to be, and would have exclusive content behind the scenes. They're going to have like more than just news coverage. Like you could really get in depth with the anchors and the reporters and all these shows. Whatever. It was their streaming service. It was revealed, and it was up for 3 weeks, and then a few days ago they shut it down. They pulled the plug.
One.
3 weeks. Let me see if I
CNN,
can get.
Jesus.
Let's do CNN.
That says it
Let's see
like
what
it
articles
is.
they say.
Does Fox have a Fox Plus?
Yeah, this is from Wall Street Journal. Yeah, Fox does have a Fox
And?
News something.
And
I don't know.
how is theirs?
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, Fox News and Fox are not different because Fox, the network, has their own streaming service, but Fox News is a different company now. They sold it, remember? Fox is owned by, Fox's service is Disney Plus. Disney owns Fox Network. Fox News is owned by Rupert Murdoch, different company.
Okay, gotcha.
From Wall Street Journal, CNN Plus is shutting down after a month after launching.
That's embarrassing.
It says
Who
here-
is the fucking people in that task force, huh?
Yeah, the whole thing.
That's embarrassing. Those people are fired.
The decision puts an abrupt end to an ambitious and aggressive venture that people familiar with the matter say rankled David Zaslav. This blah blah blah. Let me see here. I think it said that CNN plowed millions into the venture, rating news executives and producers from places like ABC and NBC, and signing notables like food writer Allison Roman and business professor current staffers Anderson Cooper and Don Levin.
I've seen them advertise it to put on TV.
Yeah, and they even took
Yeah.
they got Chris Wallace from Fox News, and he was going to be a CNN Plus exclusive. All these people, and then now it's gone.
I remember that. I remember the advertising. Wow,
That
that says a lot. That says a lot.
It said some executives believe the service was on its way towards meeting first-year goals. They were encouraged by response to new programs. Like you didn't even know what it was, right? When I told you CNN Plus, you didn't even know what it was.
I remember that. I saw them advertising, trying to get people, like if you want more in depth, whatever.
They literally spent
Thanks.
tens of millions, definitely more. It was hundreds of millions.
Oh, of course.
It was so they spent hundreds of millions on this thing.
Doesn't care though.
And within 3 weeks,
Okay, there he is.
within 3 weeks, completely
That's
shut
such
down.
a failure.
Yeah, it's really.
Wow, that's such a.
But it's also
failure. I don't care about.
It
saying
makes
that. Fuck
sense,
'em.
and you heard it here first. The streaming model is dead. It is. We're seeing
I
it
like when you do that. You heard it here first.
Well,
give us 10 minutes and we'll give you the world.
because I proved it before.
What
I've
was that
said
slogan?
things. I've never heard that in my life.
Give me 10 minutes and I'll give you the world or something like that. It was a news thing.
That sounds like sexual.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Give me
Or
10
rock
minutes.
your world is what I'm thinking of, maybe. Isn't it crazy that Banks has never had sex and will never have sex in his whole life? He's a living animal that his only purpose is to have sex, and he never will.
He's an incel,
Yep.
but he gets a lot of love.
Yeah, but not physical love.
So why don't we bring home a little bitch for him?
Yeah, we should. We're literally depriving him of his only biological drive. The only reason he exists is to try to have sex.
All right, well, let's not get literal about his only reason. 'Cause I think
But it
there's other
is.
reasons.
Well,
So what do you want to do? Bring him home a bitch.
yeah, we got to find him
Do
one.
that. There's plenty of bitches around. But there are plenty of single women for you, Banksy,
Single women.
that you could fucking mount and doggy style them.
Okay, let me find a fatherly advice.
Do you think that, Banksy? You still have your balls, which is good. It's more than I could say about myself. Oh, God.
That's another thing too. Like we literally buy these dogs, we take them away from their families at such a young age,
my God.
and then we deprive them of sex. And not only do that, but we take away their literal organs, sex organs, for no reason, just because we don't like it. Like that's so.
Look at him. Look.
It's so wrong of us.
But he
in my
gets so much
personal
love.
opinion.
First of all, we didn't take away his manhood.
No, and I'm glad we didn't. Because why should we? This is a long
cute.
one.
Oh my God.
I haven't read this one.
Wake me up when it's
Do you want to
over.
go to the next one?
No, fucking read it. Jesus.
I haven't read it, so let's see.
Wow. Slow it? You got to slow because that's like a whole book.
This is from Emma.
Are there cliff notes of that one? Okay. That one you know very well, Ronnie.
This is from Emma. I have a friend that is in a headache of a situation. Oh, so you mean you.
Right, correct.
Within the past couple of years, he has really opened up to me about his life at home with his wife. Already red flag. They have been together for over 20 years. They met back in high school, and at a very young age, she got pregnant with their first child and had a baby at 18. From that moment on, she kept pressuring him to marry her, but he wasn't ready due to how young he was. She threatened him with never seeing his son again. Yikes. And lo and behold, they ended up getting married. She wanted more children a few years after, but he kept saying no. They weren't financially stable as he was the only one working. She threw a fit like her 2-year-old son, and they ended up with twins.
All right, first, let me just explain something, though.
It's so many red flags already.
No, it's not right. It's so slanted. The story she's telling, you can see
it's from his point of view, of course.
No, it's her saying it.
Right.
It's his friend, allegedly.
It's her friend.
So not only is it hearsay on top of hearsay, it's his friend.
Right, but we got to go
Stop.
No, Emma is the person who wrote this in, and it's about her friend who's a guy.
Correct.
Who's married to this woman.
Right. So what I'm saying,
right, but if her friend, let's give him a name, Joe. If Joe comes to Emma and tells Emma,
point is,
I don't want to get married.
Emma might like Joe, for what I'm saying. So my
course.
point is, if Joe told the story, even though it's his view, it might be a little more objective.
Yes.
This is
what we're given, so let's take this as the truth.
I'm just saying it's very slanted already.
Course. Yeah, of course.
Pushed him into it. Had this. Didn't want to do it.
She threw a fit and they ended up with twins. This has been the staple of their marriage. She will kick and scream to get her way. I wonder how she feels about the wife. She will kick and scream to get her way when it's something she doesn't like. He has brought up divorce and overall just his true feelings of being unhappy in their marriage. She responds by getting mad and disregarding his feelings like they don't matter. He has told me how unhappy he has been his whole marriage, but he only stuck around as an obligation for his children. All 3 kids are now adults. Whoa. Oh,
that threw me. That threw me. I thought the kids like infants.
Yeah, all 3 kids are now adults and off to college, and life has only gotten worse for him.
So what's
she's making this up, obviously. What is going on?
Answer. This is the stupidest thing in the world.
I tell him that if he is miserable, that he should get a divorce, but every time he brings up something remotely close to that, she gets nasty. So I truly believe they are better off separated. He has no physical attraction to her at all. How do you know this? And besides the children, they have no shared interests, hobbies with one another. They have tried couple therapy in the past, but nothing has worked. He's wanted a divorce for the last 10 plus years, but the pain he would cause to her and the children is what holds him back.
Okay, move on.
Along with all the finances and just going through a divorce and splitting assets. I see it as he is hurting her no matter what, because even in the marriage, he doesn't give her the love and attention she wants, and she yells at him constantly. They are both clearly in a toxic relationship, but neither will do anything to separate. It is clear that they got married too young, and he has always told me, quote, I love her, but I'm not in love with her. To add another layer to the situation, her father, oh my God. Her father left her at a young age, so she has daddy issues and issues with abandonment. The wife's mom has bipolar, schizophrenia, depression, and anxiety. So I know there's mental issues in the family. It is really a sad situation, and I've done all I can to tell him that it's best if they separate. It's clear they both rather live miserable lives together than happy alone. They are both being selfish, blah, blah, blah. I know there's a lot to unpack here, but wondering if you guys have any advice on the situation.
Everyone's going to give the same advice.
I mean, what advice can we give to Emma to give to her friend?
They need to get divorced.
Obviously, but they're not going to. Like, well, this guy's kind of pathetic.
Yeah, no, not kind. He's if
this guy his whole life has been lived not for him and against his will. He's a loser.
He's not a loser. But listen, let's assume.
Of course he is.
Let's assume bring it down to 50% of what she's saying. If you're not in love, you're not happy. Get divorced. Period.
If you've wanted to get divorced over 10 years, you never wanted to get married to the girl in the first place. You never had wanted to have kids in the first place. You're a loser.
Your kids are grown. You're not a loser.
You are, because your whole life was against your will.
You don't know what your personalities are. It doesn't make you a loser. I'm going
based off this version of Joe that we're given.
Doing things that are against your will in that regard based on certain circumstances doesn't make you a loser.
He's living the life that he never wanted to live.
If he raised his kids and supported his kids and was a good father and was a good husband, he's not a loser.
But he never wanted to have the kids or be a father in the first place.
No.
According
he wants his kids. He probably didn't want Listen, there are people that that sometimes they're single parents and like get knocked up and they say, I didn't want the kid, but now they're happy to have the kids.
Yes, that's true.
So my point is, it's not he's a loser. It's just sad that he's living an unhappy life. He needs to.
It is sad.
If his kids are in college, he's probably in his 50s. He needs to get divorced, rip the fucking Band-Aid off, and live the second part of your life for you.
It doesn't sound like he's a person that makes his own decisions in his life. So I don't think he'll ever get to that point.
Maybe Emma can push him a little bit further.
Emma's been around the situation for more than 10 years. What the fuck is she going to do?
That's the easiest fatherly advice. That's an easy. Pick another one. That's too easy. But no offense, Emma, but we all know the answer on that. The guy 100% needs to go ahead and fucking pull the trigger, not the gun trigger, divorce trigger.
Did we do this one? No, this sounds familiar to another
They're
one.
the same issues, Bronny.
Hey guys, my name is Gavin and I'm 20 from Indiana. I have a job opportunity that I'm not sure I should take.
Oh wait, we did do this one.
It's a job to set up new stores in a retail chain. Did we do this? It's a travel heavy.
He has a girlfriend, doesn't know what to
No.
leave. Okay, no.
No. This is a very easy answer because I'm already seeing it. I have a job opportunity to set up new stores with a retail chain that I currently work at. It's a travel-heavy job that requires 30 weeks of work away from home at various locations. One girl did a month in New Jersey, Florida, and Texas. You work 6 days a week, 12-hour days, but to compensate, you get an extra day off. So essentially, I get a whole month off a year on top of my 2 weeks paid vacation. There's also a $10,000 pay increase. On top of that, I'm single, no pets, nothing to take care of, so I have nothing holding me back. It's just an intense schedule, and I wanted your advice on what I should do. Love the podcast. Been a listener since episode 3. We might have done this actually already. Now it sounds familiar.
No, we did not do that one.
That actually, it's not that easy now that I'm thinking about it because that does sound like a grueling schedule. It's a great pay increase. It sounds like wait, but it also
What's the downside?
It'll make his life worse by traveling all this.
No.
He can't keep up relationships, friendships.
He's young.
Yes, so when I was working on film sets, I remember because I was working like 16-hour days, and then I was so tired from the work weeks that I couldn't do anything on the weekends because I was recovering. And I remember being like, wow, my friendships are suffering because of this. My relationship with my ex-girlfriend was suffering because of it. So I could imagine like if you're working so hard, that becomes your priority.
Traveling 30 weeks out of a year.
That's more than half.
That's a lot. Thank you, Bronny.
Don't do it. For $10,000 more, don't do it.
No, the money, that's peanuts.
Right, don't do it. Unless you're like, this sounds really exciting and I want to do it. But if you're like, if the only reason you want to do it is for the pay
save
increase,
a lot of money because his travel, they'll pay for everything.
But like
great mileage on the flight.
I guess also if you're 20, maybe no, but also when you're 20, that's important for making friendships and learning about yourself by having social situations, not just constantly working. I don't know. It's a balance.
Listen,
if you want to do it, if the job besides the money sounds exciting, do it. Otherwise, don't.
If you have no problem working that hard and having and that job criteria, then do it. And you don't mind travel,
right?
He has to make those decisions.
My thing is, if the only reason you're doing it is for the money, don't do it.
If it's only $10,000 increase, the answer is no. That's shit.
Exactly.
You're ruining your life. But if you have no problem, like you say, I like travel, I don't mind working 6 days a week, and I like work for the company, then do it.
Yeah.
Try it for a year.
And it says he will work 6 days a week.
So that's what it said. Work if you don't mind working hard.
Yeah, that's just like you will be sacrificing your personal life.
Actually, $10,000. So let's figure this out. Watch
your
this.
life will become.
So if you take that $10,000, easy, right? Divided by.
He also gets a whole month off on top of his 2 weeks.
Big deal.
So, yeah.
So 10,000 divided by 12. That's $833 a month, right? Divided by, let's say.
But he's going to be working an extra day.
That's what I'm saying. So it's divided by 20. How many days? 365?
No, it's not that.
833.
We don't need to do math on the podcast.
Divided by, let's say, 20. So it's an extra $41 a day. He's not making more money. That doesn't seem like a great deal. If now he's going to 6 days a week, making $10,000, that's 41 and change a day.
For the extra, that's
to work that day.
Yeah,
they're actually making more money on you.
Yeah, probably. Doesn't seem worth it. So there you go, Gavin.
You don't do it, bro. All right, Ronnie Boo, love you.
Love you too.
It was good. Welcome back, everybody, and we're good. We'll see you soon.
All right.
All right, bye. You're joking, right?
Well, I'm trying to be hopeful. I'm trying to be optimistic about that.
Well, I guess you're too young to be a little pessimistic like me. The fucking things I see out there, people are stupid.